Arnold is a cosmic paramedic racing against time. To him, time isn't just money, it's life itself. Even a 20,000 star coin job is enough to keep him thrilled for days. After all, that much money could let him live carefree in the galaxy for years. But today, despite landing a 10 million star coin mission, he couldn't feel the slightest joy. His client's ship was seconds from exploding when he barely managed to pull it back from the brink. This is the age of technological explosion. From BC 200 to February, humanity entered the pioneering era. Technology surged and mankind set foot across the stars. Between 2800–3000 came the age of expansion. Subhumans emerged, planets declared independence, wars raged, and the galaxy fell in a centuries of chaos. From 3200 to 3242, the wars eased and cosmic expansion resumed once more. In the Star Sea, humanity discovered a new race known as the Starborn. Together, they restored order and prosperity returned to the star domains until January 1st, 4000 when half the civilized star systems were struck by stark quakes. Countless worlds screamed in despair. That day became known as Judgment Day. Garden worlds is shattered into dead husks, thriving systems burned into wastelands. Even 25 years later, the catastrophe has never ceased. Arnold is one of the paramedics born after Judgment Day, making a living by solving crises in the chaos. At his side is a useless salted fish named Accio, always looking annoyed, yet strangely reliable when it matters. More importantly, Accio doubles as a weapon, sharp and ready at hand. Arnold picked up his tablet, checking what big jobs were available today. Private ship stalled. Location, Sky Street. Reward, 10 star coins. He curled his lip. That's pathetic, like tossing scraps to a beggar. No wonder nobody took it. Serves them right. The next order caught his eye. Passenger liner hijacked by pirates. Reward, 20,000 star coins. His eyes lit up. Now that's a juicy piece of meat. Accio, look. This one's perfect. Accio just lifted his eyelids, wearing the same old take it or leave it face. What's with that look? Too little? With this much, we could buy another ship and it's just 5 pirates carrying a few explosives. Piece of cake for us. What? The passenger security is eating shit. 5 guys can hijack a liner. Arnold was already reaching to take the order, but in the very next second, the job was snatched away. Arnold erupted on the spot. Damn it, Accio. All your stalling cost us the deal, and you still want a fish burger? Go eat shit instead. Just then, a new order popped up. He shoved Accio aside, a full 10 million star coin emergency job. A passenger had triggered an escape pod by mistake, sending it out of control. Location, right enforcement zone. Arnold's eyes widened, triple-checking the screen. No mistake, 10 million. He dashed into the cockpit. Waha! Targets right nearby. He unleashed his rapid clicking technique, 10 taps per second, shouting, "This order is mine. Nobody's taking it from me." After a frenzy of twisted, desperate clicking, the job was his. Yes. Accio, we did it. Without delay, Arnold ordered Accio to return to sheath and standby. The ship's engines roared to full power. Finish this job and we'll be set for life. Meanwhile, on Mia's side, she finally breathed out. That was close. Someone finally took the order, but the very next second, her relief froze into shock. Warning. According to the Council's extradition protocol, shut down all power systems immediately. The voice came from a Starborn robot. You must comply. The ancient core will be taken into our custody. Mia scoffed, ignoring it. Extradition protocol, my ass. Dressed up robbery is all it is. My home world was destroyed by scum like you. The robot droned on. Comply with the extradition protocol. Shut down all power systems at once. Failure to comply grants us the right to enforce by force. I've had enough of your crap. Why don't you just blow me up already? With that, Mia slammed the controls and her ship vanished into the void. The robot was left stunned. She escape? Wait, did she just ask us to blow her up? Yes. I have the recording. Immediately, it transmitted a report requesting permission to act under the protocol, while stressing it would honor the target's own wish to be exterminated. Then it bolted after Mia's ship. Energy beams flared, blasting straight toward her vessel. Mia panicked and cried out, "I'm not running. I'm not running anymore." Only then did the robot alter its trajectory, but her situation was still dire. The supply satellite was still some distance away, and she had no idea how long the escape pod could hold out. Clutching her head, she muttered, "Headache, headache, what a headache." Meanwhile, the star-born robots closed in again, their mechanical voices droning. Final warning, under Council extradition protocol, shut down all power immediately or you and your vessel will be annihilated. Mia muttered under a breath 2 Council tin cans with no brains. But when her radar pinged, she finally exhaled. The rescue ship had arrived. Taking advantage of the robot's brief hesitation, she slammed the throttle forward. Whoosh! In a blink, her ship vanished from their sights once more. The 2 robots looked at each other dumbfounded. She tricked us again. But did she just say something about a rescue team? Rage surged in their circuits. Activate Council emergency protocol. Leave no survivors. Engines roared as they pushed their ship to maximum thrust. In the blink of an eye, they closed in on Mia's spherical craft, but her ship's energy reserves were already nearly drained. Warning. Evacuate immediately. Vessel explosion countdown 60 seconds. 59 Evacuate at once. Mia's face went pale with despair. At that exact moment, Arnold's ship finally arrived hovering above hers. A calm voice came through her comms. Did you call for emergency rescue? Mia lit up shouting in relief, yes. Yes. That was me. Thank God you're here. But Arnold wasn't rushing. Instead, he leisurely began verifying the order. Mia's jaw dropped. You're checking the order now? Who else could it possibly be at a time like this? Arnold replied coolly. This is a 10 million star coin job. I can't afford mistakes. Are you the one who placed order number 88,199? It's me. Mia shouted, repeating the order number. Please hurry up. Arnold double-checked and nodded. Interstellar Rider Arnold at your service. But before we proceed, I need to confirm. Can you actually pay the full 10 million star coins? By then, the countdown had already dropped to 32 seconds. Mia nearly broke down. Kid, if you wait until the payment clears, I'll already be fireworks. Just let me on board. I swear I won't cheat you. Desperate, she even pulled out the ancient core. Damn it, this thing carries the fate of the entire galaxy. But Arnold stayed calm, unmoved by her pleading. After all, this was a 10 million star coin mega job. Left with no choice, Mia shoved the ancient core forward. This is the real deal, not some Bluetooth speaker made by the Starborn. The timer ticked down mercilessly. Only 20 seconds left. Mia's voice cracked with desperation. Please hurry. I've been chased all the way here by Starborn drones. If you don't save me now, I'm really going to die. Arnold froze. The scene was hauntingly familiar. In his mind, the same words echoed again. If you don't save me, I'll be dead. Memories surged like a tidal wave. He roared inside. I will never let this happen again. Never. His right hand clenched, instinctively slamming the throttle forward. Whoosh! The ship shot ahead, surging straight toward Mia's spherical craft. Mia's panic shout cut through his trance. Hey, are you still there? Arnold cursed under his breath. Damn it, why the hell am I remembering this now of all times? Shaking it off, he suited up in a flash and launched himself toward Mia's ship to begin the rescue. The countdown hit 3 seconds. A thunderous boom followed as the spherical ship's hull cracked apart. In that instant, Mia blasted free, muttering under her breath. This so-called rescuer is way too unprofessional. 1 second slower and I'd be space dust. Arnold lunged forward at the same time. Seeing him, Mia thrust out her right hand and shot toward him like a missile. Her fist was about to smash into him when Arnold calmly closed his eyes and whispered, Akio. Instantly, Akio understood. His hand slammed the hatch switch with a blinding flash of white light. Both Arnold and Mia were sucked into the ship, but the force of the explosion was overwhelming. Arnold hit the deck hard the moment he crossed the threshold. Mia looked just as battered, but at least for now they were safe. Behind them, however, the Starborn craft clung close on their tail. It broadcast a jamming signal. By Council extradition protocol, terminate both targets. ACU reported immediately. Arnold, Starborn ships closing in less than a minute before they catch us. Arnold casually scratched his ear. These guys are such a pain. Let's stick to the usual routine. He barked the order, ACU, full speed escape mode now. Then he turned to Mia. Hey, what's your deal? Weren't you all pitiful and desperate a moment ago? How do you suddenly switch into fight mode? We could have just talked it out. I was only following procedure. Mia shot back with venom. I don't care what your excuse is. Get out of my sight. Even as she spoke, she lashed out with an attack. But Arnold was already prepared. After years in this business, he'd seen every kind of stunt. His laptop suddenly flared, firing a sharp blue beam of light. Crack. In an instant, energy shackles clamped tight around Mia's leg. She had no time to react, thud, and was slammed helplessly to the ground. This was no ordinary drug. It was a tranquilizer designed for space elephants. 10 of them couldn't withstand it, let alone a single human. Arnold glared coldly at her. Didn't anyone ever tell you to obey the captain? If you keep being this reckless. But before he could finish, Mia's fist shot out like lightning. Arnold had no time to dodge. He was sent flying across the cabin. You shameless bastard. Mia roared. How dare you treat me like this? As she shouted, her restraint shattered. The cuffs snapped, and with a flick of her leg, the shackles broke apart. Arnold was dumbstruck. Impossible. She broke free that easily? What kind of monster is this? Realizing his words might provoke her, he quickly backpedaled. Sorry, miss. Don't get the wrong idea. We just barely escaped the Starborn together. But Mia wasn't listening. With a thunderous stomp, she blasted forward again. Arnold yelped, "Help! Somebody help!" while sprinting away at full speed. Yet even as he ran, he had a trump card prepared, 10 full doses of elephant-grade tranquilizer. No human alive could possibly withstand this much, just as he expected. In the next instant, Mia's eyes rolled back then shut tight. Her arms went limp and dangled uselessly. Arnold's heart lurched. Wait, could she still move like this? Luckily, it was only a muscle spasm. Finally, she collapsed, completely slipping into unconsciousness. Arnold let out a long sigh. This girl, is she some kind of superhuman? Shaking his head, he muttered, Forget it. No time to wonder. Better get her to the med bay. Meanwhile, on the Starborn side, enraged at losing their quarry, the robots seethed. No one escapes us. They transmitted new orders. Initiate Council Protocol Level 2. Broadcast a galaxy-wide bounty. Interstellar manhunt. Begin. But because the target had slipped away, the Starborn robots were punished harshly. By Council Maintenance Protocol, when programs malfunction, the fix is strike the mainframe until it resets. Tracking coordinates of the target have been transmitted. Please confirm receipt. Meanwhile, in her sleep, Mia dreamed of the past. Massive meteors rained down on her homeworld. Shea, hold on. Mommy will protect you. Her father's voice followed, gentle yet firm. Mia, you must live. We'll always be here to protect you. Mia jolted awake, crying out, No. Mom, Dad, come back. Then she realized she was inside a sleep pod. It had only been a dream, but in that moment, countless memories surged into her mind. Her expression twisted into something feral. After struggling for a while, she finally calmed herself, whispering, My head, it hurts. Arnold noticed immediately. Hey, Missy. You okay? Mia slowly lifted her head toward him. Thank you for saving me, little brother. Arnold replied flatly, You're something else. One moment you're trying to kill me. The next you're politely saying thanks. Fine. Just remember you owe me ship repairs. But honestly, at this rate, I'm not expecting to see that 10 million star coins. Mia shook her head seriously. No. I'll pay it. Trust me. Arnold sighed. All right, but just now, you look like a totally different person. Are all subhumans like that? Mia paused, thinking hard, unwilling to reveal more. Then she suddenly froze. Wait, how do you even know I'm subhuman? Arnold pointed to the screen behind him. Look for yourself. This one in notice spells it out. Subhuman, rabbit type, bounty 20 million star coins. So you better give me an explanation or at least a reason to become your accomplice. Mia pleaded, Please don't hand me over to them. If the Starborn get the ancient core, the entire galaxy will suffer. Arnold asked casually, You mean that little sphere from before? Exactly. Mia pulled out the ancient core. That means you must also be a victim of Judgment Day. Arnold frowned. Why would you say that? Mia's eyes sharpened. Because we are too. You must have already met her. Arnold smirked. Yeah. I did. So how do you guys manage body control? Like magical girl transformation or something? Mia rolled her eyes. What the hell are you imagining? Of course not. Arnold scoffed. You seriously think strapping something to your waist and yelling transform will turn you into a magical girl? Quit binging those armor transformation vids. He sighed. If this thing's worthless, might as well hand it to the Starborn for the bounty. No sooner had he spoken than Mia snapped her chains apart. She strode up to him, eyes blazing. No. She entrusted this to me. I will never betray her. Arnold quickly raised his hands. Relax, relax. It was a joke, all right? Just then, alarms blared. The Starborn ship was on their tail again. Warning, you are charged with harboring a fugitive. Cease escape immediately or face consequences. Arnold froze for a moment, then his gaze turned sharp. What? You think you're cosmic police? I don't play by your rules. Try taking someone off my ship. I dare you. She's under my protection. He turned to Mia with a smirk. Buckle up, kid. Welcome aboard my private express. Mia looked around in disbelief. Wait, don't you have any other teammates? Arnold narrowed his eyes and smiled with a Starlight Brigade. Akyu grumbled. There's no such thing. Mia blinked stunned. Sounds like you don't even offer benefits or insurance. Arnold twitched. Benefits? In times like these, who the hell cares about benefits? Meanwhile, the Starborn units received direct orders. Launched the board in seize tactic. 2 of them maneuvered beneath Arnold's ship. They exchanged a silent glance, then powered up ready to strike. Arnold spotted their plan on the monitors. Warning, critical hull damage detected. Critical hull damage detected, yet he remained unfazed. Your enemies are my enemies now, so let's crush them together. With a confident grin, he declared, I am Captain Arnold Strellis, the galaxy's #1 escort commander, the handsome star of the universe reporting in. At that, both Mia and Akyu groaned in unison, eyes rolling. Here we go again. Arnold slammed the EMP switch, sparks crackling in his palm. The pulse fully charged. He sneered showtime. The Starborn units were just about to cut into the hull, but suddenly they froze mid-motion. Strange, haunting music seeped into their audio receptors. Arnold had already slipped behind them. Under interstellar navigation law, when a vessel is boarded, the captain has full right to execute intruders on site. With that, he unleashed a pulse blast, sending one robot flying. Its core sputtered, sparks spitting wildly. The system stammered, malfunc. Before it could finish, the unit collapsed. Unit A35278 lost connection. Fatal damage detected. The other robot barely had time to react before a blade of light slashed toward it. Arnold vaulted upward, landing squarely on its head the next second. The machine gestured for him to stop, not realizing it had already been bound. Arnold pressed his finger against its forehead. Call your master now or I'll drill a hole right through your skull. But instead, the robot gave a faint system prompt. Error. The unit you are attacking is already shut down. Arnold blinked in disbelief, then his temper snapped. He smacked the deactivated bot across the face. Dare mess with me? Mia stood frozen, stunned. He's actually this strong. Akyu cooed noisily while Mia, clueless, imitated him with a few coos of her own. Arnold nearly lost it. I'm out here fighting for my life and you two are fooling around? Mia hurried to explain. I just wanted to learn his language. Arnold rolled his eyes, tapping the bot's dented head. No need. All he can say is coo, but he changes the rhythm to mean different things. Stick around long enough, you'll get it. Meanwhile, a shadowy figure noticed the Starborn units had gone dark. He snarled, I meant to bring one back alive, but since you resist, don't blame me for being ruthless. With a sweep of his hand, a starry portal ripped open. Out emerged a colossal ion cannon, towering like a mountain. Its barrel locked onto Arnold's ship fully charged. The figure's eyes snapped open. Fire. The cannon's maw crackled with raging electricity discharging straight at the vessel. The ship's systems screamed warnings. Alert, unknown fire detected. Warning, imminent impact. Arnold had no options left. He could only brace himself as the ion blast slammed into his ship. The next instant, the entire ship shook violently. Arnold's head buzzed as if it would split open. Starborn, guardians of humanity? Don't make me laugh. You're no different from interstellar pirates. Mia muttered, interstellar pirates. I remember, but she shook her head. No. This isn't the time. We have to survive this first. Su was barely conscious, knocked senseless by the shock. Mia cried out, what we do? Those are fully armed warships out there. Arnold shut his eyes thinking hard. Then he asked, that's fear from before. Can you use it again? Mia pulled out the ancient core. You mean this? Arnold rolled his eyes. No shit. At a time like this, with something that powerful, why aren't you using it? But Mia immediately shook her head. It's not possible. The ancient core resonates with life, but not every being can command it. Even I can't control it right now. The shield was seconds from breaking. Arnold shouted, don't overthink it. It's in your hands for a reason. At that moment, the ship's alarms blared. Warning, multiple locks detected, void shield integrity down to 40%. Mia's eyes hardened. She had made her decision. No choice. Let's gamble everything. She hurled the ancient core into the air and blinding light burst forth. A portal tore open in the void, swallowing the ship in an instant. When they reappeared, they were hovering above an unfamiliar planet. As the vessel pierced the atmosphere, a towering mountain stretched into the clouds before their eyes. But Arnold had no control left. He could only watch helplessly as the ship plummeted. Thankfully, the hull was sturdy enough. He and Mia survived with little harm. Akio, however, wasn't so lucky, gagging and spewing foam as he cooed weakly. Mia peered out the glass bewildered. Where are we? Arnold wasted no time and flung the hatch open. A sweet, intoxicating fragrance rushed inside. Holy shit, that smells way too good. But the next second, a harsh crackling of electricity sizzled behind him. Arnold cursed inwardly. Damn it, I really lost big this time. Mia looked at him in confusion. What's wrong? His face was pale as paper. He hadn't made a single coin and now the ship was wrecked. Seeing his expression, Mia froze, muttering in shock, "Gods, he looks like a ghost." Just then, petals of peach blossoms drifted gently from the sky. Mia stood rooted to the spot, stunned, as if drawn by some unseen force. She slowly stepped forward. Suddenly, a thunderous voice roared from behind. "What demon dares trespass in this sacred place?" With that, a golden staff came crashing down. Clang. The impact shattered the stones beneath Mia's feet, forcing her to stumble back in fear. She looked up and saw a figure hovering in midair. One that looked exactly like the legendary Monkey King, Sun Wukong. Yet Mia's world had never known of Sun Wukong, leaving the two of them locked in a moment of mutual shock. In the blink of an eye, his claws shot forward. Arnold stomped down, the ground cracking beneath his foot. He leapt in front of Mia, narrowly evading the strike. Turning back, he reassured her, "I'm here. Don't be afraid." The Monkey King sneered, twirling the Rue Jingu Bang with ease. Before Arnold could react, the staff came smashing down. He barely managed to raise ACU to block, but it was clear he was no match for the Monkey King. Was this really how he would die today? At that very instant, a radiant figure appeared, shouting, "Great Sage, wait." Both Arnold and the Monkey King halted immediately. Arnold turned toward the voice and was stunned. Before him stood a maiden of flawless beauty, like a snow lotus untouched by dust. Even the Monkey King seemed surprised. His eyes narrowed as he studied her carefully. After a moment of thought, he let out a heavy sigh. Seeing this, the maiden's tense expression softened. Arnold quickly forced a smile. "Great Sage, forgive me. I didn't recognize your greatness. Please be merciful." The Monkey King only snorted coldly. Arnold's heart skipped a beat. This was bad, but the next second, the Monkey King finally spoke. "If you'd said you're my fan earlier, I wouldn't have wasted my energy worrying." The young lady beside them spoke gently. "Please forgive us. Strangers rarely come here. I hope you won't take offense." Mia quickly responded, "It's fine. It's fine." Arnold, however, muttered inwardly. Easy for her to say. She wasn't the one who almost got smashed. The maiden waved her hand. "It's getting late. Why don't I take you to a place where you can rest?" Arnold thought to himself, "Guess there's no other choice. The ship's grounded anyway. Better to follow along for now than sit and wait." Yet not long after they left, starling robots began trailing behind them. At the bark of an order from their bald-headed leader, a mysterious figure suddenly opened his eyes. Meanwhile, in another part of the settlement, the weather was clear, the streets bustling with people, their chatter and laughter filling the air. But Arnold's face was grave. This was clearly a feudal world with little to no surviving technology. He frowned. This civilization was far too primitive. It seemed they had been transported to a feudal-type planet, and fuel for the ship would become a serious problem. Mio whispered behind him, "Do you actually know that monkey?" Arnold replied under his breath, "Just call him Great Sage. That'll do." At that moment, the maiden stopped and gestured ahead. "We've arrived." Arnold looked up to find an ancient courtyard clearly long abandoned. Both he and Mia exchanged awkward looks. Were they really going to stay here tonight? The maiden smiled and beckoned. "Please come inside." Arnold grinned mischievously at Mia. "After you." Through their conversation, he learned her name was Lanrixing. She called this place Peach Blossom Spring. "Our ancestors came here long ago, fleeing the chaos of Qin. Over time, they settled down. As you saw on the way, the villagers are simple and kind. If there was any offense earlier, I ask your forgiveness." The Monkey King lifted a cup of tea and handed it forward. With a smile, he gestured to Mia. "Here, drink." Mia sighed, unconsciously feeling as though something was missing. At last she spoke plainly. Miss Lan, great sage, I'll be honest. We have urgent matters. Could you perhaps? But before she could finish, the Monkey King abruptly stood, cutting her off. It's late. I've already ordered food and drink prepared. Rest here for the night. His gaze then shifted sharply. As for your ship, I'll see about repairing it tomorrow. Arnold's hand trembled as he gripped the cup of water. The Monkey King's gaze cut through him as though he had already seen everything. Arnold racked his brain trying to figure out how to respond. Just then, the waiter pushed the door open with a grin. Food's here. You're lucky today. Honor guests. Our cook has prepared some top-quality dishes, fresh fruits just picked from the mountains, and a chicken freshly butchered from Annie Wan's farm next door. As he spoke, the waiter's eyes took on a strange, playful glint. Arnold's eyes widened as he caught sight of what was on the tray. It was none other than his companion. Akyu, the Monkey King, closed his eyes with a smile. Please enjoy. Mia stared in disbelief, frozen. Her gaze locked on Akyu lying on the table. She reached out, placing her hand on him. He was still warm to the touch. His body carried lingering heat. At that moment, the Monkey King finally lost patience. With a cold laugh, he pulled the Rue Jingu bang from his ear. Pointing it straight at them, he spoke in a chilling tone. Boy, girl, let's not waste words. Who exactly are you? To the Monkey King's questioning, Arnold responded with the faintest of smiles, an expression that only fueled the great sage's anger. The tension in the room spiked, the standoff growing heavier by the second. Yet Lan Ruxing remained calm, sipping her tea as though nothing were happening. Suddenly, Acu, thought to be dead, let out a familiar coo, coo, coo. The creature stood up, stretched lazily as if it had merely been asleep the whole time. Arnold was dumbfounded. Anger surged through him. He slammed a fist on Acu's head. You bastard. You scared me half to death. The Monkey King, realizing the misunderstanding, withdrew the Rue Jingu bang at once. But then, the waiter at the side suddenly began to change. In the blink of an eye, he transformed into a fat-headed fish creature. Akia chirped excitedly, cooing nonstop. The fish spoke up. Lansis wasn't lying. This truly is the legendary Peach Blossom Spring. He continued, long ago, Peach Blossom was a highly advanced technological planet. But after Judgment Day, humanity here was nearly wiped out. We were born from a human project. Arnold leaned forward, intrigued. What kind of project could create beings like you? The fish replied it was called the Shanghai Project. After humans encountered the starlings, they absorbed fragments of their technology, their studies on the essence of life. This planet became their test field. To uncover the true differences between humans and other species, researchers fused human genes with those of countless creatures. And in the end, hybrids like us, half beast, half human, came into being. The fat-headed fish continued. Because our bodies carry countless fused genes, we developed all sorts of strange and wondrous abilities. After Judgment Day, this place became our Peach Blossom Spring. It's only thanks to Sister Lan's care that we've survived to this day. Lan is the only human left in Peach Blossom, and to us, she is our one and only god. Hearing this, Arnold and Mia were dumbstruck, unable to believe their ears. The beautiful, gentle young woman before them worshipped as a god? Arnold blurted out, "You've got to be joking. That's ridiculous." At that moment, the Monkey King rose to his feet. "That's enough for today. I'll take you to rest. Tomorrow I'll see what can be done about your ship." Meanwhile, Arnold's ship suddenly began to vibrations rippling through the hull. A group of white sprites approached, quietly casting unknown powers upon it. Cut to Arnold pacing anxiously in his room. Damn it, money's hard to make, food's hard to eat. Just like they say, the rougher the seas, the pricier the fish. Mia, irritated, snapped at him. "Can't you sit still for once?" Arnold threw up his hands. "How am I supposed to calm down? We're stuck in this godforsaken place. Who knows when we'll get out?" Just then, footsteps echoed outside. The door swung open, and a woman in a white lab coat stepped inside. "Thank you both for waiting." Arnold frowned, confused. "Who are you? Do we know you?" The Monkey King quickly explained. "What? You can't recognize Sister Lan just because she changed clothes." Mia's eyes sparkled with admiration. "Lan, you look so beautiful in that outfit." Arnold, uninterested, cut straight to the point. "I just want to know, does this planet have the energy source to power my ship?" Lan Ruxing nodded. "Yes, but don't rush. Hear me out first. I was one of the original researchers of the Shanghai project. Lan Ruxing explained, my role was to monitor each subject's condition. Over time, we realized that while they gained extraordinary powers, they also developed intelligence and emotions far beyond expectation. Personally, I've always chosen to call them people. They laugh, cry, and feel just as we do. Arnold pressed, are you saying they've developed true humanity? Lan Rushi nodded, yes. I've long wondered what it means to truly be human until Judgment Day arrive. Because of the stark wake, this planet's core will only last about 10 more years. I can't bear to abandon these children. Arnold asked grimly, so you want to take them off this planet? Exactly. She replied firmly, your ship gave me hope. Arnold thought to himself. He had seen plenty of people along the way. There was no way his ship could carry them all. He admitted aloud, my ship's too small. Maximum capacity is 12. With me, Mia, and Aku, that leaves room for only 9 more. Both the Monkey King and the fat-headed fish fell silent. Lan Ruxing's expression dimmed. So there's really no other way? Arnold sighed. Unless we find a larger ship, there's nothing more I can do. Disappointment clouded everyone's faces. Nemia spoke up suddenly. Sister Lan, how many people live in Peach Blossom? Lan sighed, 40, not counting me. At that, the Monkey King and the fish considered staying behind. Arnold immediately cut in. You misunderstand. This isn't just about my choice. It's about the safety of space travel itself. His tone hardened. Never underestimate spacefaring. Decide among yourselves. By morning, tell me who's coming. Monkey King and Lanrixing could only remain silent. Mia, however, stood up angrily. No. There has to be another way. Arnold barked back. Don't forget, I'm the captain of this ship. Mia shot back, and you accepted my commission. I'm amending the terms right now. Arnold's temper flared. Do you even hear yourself? If we overload in space, the worst-case scenario is total death. You won't just fail to save them. You'll doom us all. Mia was about to argue again when Lan Ruxing quickly intervened. Enough, Mia. I understand the situation clearly now. She added softly, give me time to think. With that, they left the room. Only Arnold and Mia remained inside, sitting in heavy silence. At that moment, Mia suddenly swung her fist toward Arnold, but he caught it with ease. Tears streamed down Mia's face. She choked out, why must you be so cruel? It's just like when my parents shoved me into the escape pod and said those same words. My home was destroyed in the explosion of our planet, and now in them, I see the shadow of myself. Arnold sighed helplessly. I never said I wouldn't save them. There's still one way, the ancient core in your hands. Mia immediately pulled out the ancient core. This thing, how could it save them? Arnold shot back. Have you forgotten how he got here? If it could open a wormhole to bring us to this place, then it can just as easily send them through. Mia stared at the core nervously, but I haven't mastered it yet. I can't even control where it might take us. Seeing her hesitation, Arnold encouraged her. Believe in yourself. Last time, you're the one who brought us here safely. Remember? All you need to do is study how it works and figure out before the ship is repaired. I suspect it might require some kind of special motion to activate like this, but the most important thing is setting the coordinates. The reason it led us to this planet must have been some condition that triggered the gate. Bottom line, we need to figure this out before the ship is fixed. Arnold's words reignited Mia's hope. She exclaimed, so Sister Lan and the others can still be saved? That's wonderful. Overjoyed, Mia suddenly felt drowsy. She collapsed to the ground and quickly fell asleep. Arnold looked at her and sighed, so tired yet you still try to hold on. Honestly, what am I going to do with you? Just sleep well tonight. Youth, you can fall asleep the moment you hit the ground. He shook his head after running wild all day and taking so many tranquilizers, even a monster would have reached its limit. And she just leaves such a precious thing lying around. Forget it, I'll put the ancient core away for her. After making sure Mia was settled, Arnold pulled the universal capsule from his pocket and tossed it into the air. With a pop, the capsule burst open. A brand new set of clothes appeared. Time for a change, Arnold muttered. I need to check on the ship. Just as he reached the doorway, a suspicious man appeared on the rooftop sneering. Boy, I finally found you. Meanwhile, inside the forest laboratory, Lanrixing sat with a Monkey King and several sprite creatures. One small fuzzball asked timidly, Sister Lan, are those two outsiders bad people? Do they hurt you? Why are they different from us? Are we really gonna leave this place soon? Lan Ruxing comforted them softly. It's all right, don't worry. I'm fine, and they're good people too. We've already agreed. Once the great ship is fixed, we'll travel far, far away together. Will you come with us, Sister Lan? The little one asked. She stroked its head gently. Of course, I'll stay with you until you've grown up, Xiaojin. At that moment, the Monkey King suddenly roared, refusing to accept her words. Lanrixing's eyes dimmed. Please don't be so hasty, great sage. The Monkey King bellowed, how can I not be? Tell me, why can you accept this so calmly? Why do you insist on sacrificing yourself? He pressed further. Why stop me? We should have taken that man's ship and left when we had the chance. Lan Ruxing murmured sorrowfully. Great sage, you hurt yourself. The ship isn't big enough. The Monkey King's face twisted with unwillingness. So you're just going to accept it? You'd rather protect everyone this way. Lan Ruxing's eyes welled up as she whispered, please don't say any more. Just then, Xiao Jiang flew over. The little one tilted his head and asked the Monkey King, Sister Lan accepted what? Hearing this, the Monkey King's brows furrowed. He let out a sigh, but chose not to explain. Instead, he patted Xiao Jiang on the head. It's nothing. Sister Lan is just worried about you all getting tired. She wanted to fix the ship herself, and that's why I got angry. Xiao Jiang and the other sprites shouted, Sister Lan, we can help too. Lan Ruxing smiled warmly. All right, but the ship can only be fixed tomorrow morning. Whoever goes to bed first tonight will earn the chance to help. The children obeyed her words and soon went off to sleep. Watching them, Lanrixing's eyes filled with sorrowful tears. She turned to the big-headed fish beside her and instructed gently, Bobo, take good care of the children. Afterward, the Monkey King muttered an apology. Sorry about earlier. I lost my temper, but you can't just accept his terms like that. Lan Ruxing answered calmly, Great Sage. Do you remember why we're here? When the project first began, you were the first one I discovered. And when the whole team evacuated, you gave up your chance to leave so you could stay behind with the children. You know better than anyone why I made this choice. I stayed so they could have a chance to live better. Hearing this, the Monkey King finally eased his anger, no longer fixated on leaving. He looked up at the night sky and muttered, maybe there's still another way. Lan Ruxing gave him an encouraging smile. You are the great sage equal to heaven, fearless and unstoppable. Meanwhile, Arnold was inspecting his ship only to realize the damage was far worse than expected. Leaning back against the battered hull, he thought to himself, once this is over, I'll buy a new one and keep in shape this time. With that thought, Arnold slowly closed his eyes and drifted into sleep. In his dream, Arnold saw himself as a child playing with his younger brother. He laughed and said, today's goal is to climb to the top of the tower. Come on, give me a push. Just a little more. I'm almost there. When he finally reached the top, his brother begged him to pull him up. But as Arnold grabbed his hand, his brother's skin began to melt. With a terrified face, his brother cried, Brother, why won't you save me? Arnold jolted awake from the nightmare. Before he could react, a cheerful little sprite shouted, Sister Lan, this big brother is awake. Arnold jumped in shock. Why? Who are you guys? And where did this blanket come from? At that moment, Lanrixing walked over with a gentle smile. How did you end up falling asleep here? Arnold lowered his head with a sigh, about to apologize for leaving last time. But Lanrixing cut him off softly. It's fine. Mia already came to me early this morning, all excited, saying you two had a new plan. Arnold answered with concern. Yeah. If it works, it'll be great, but it's dangerous. Lanrixing extended her hand with a smile. It doesn't matter. We're grateful no matter what. Suddenly, a sprite cried out, Look, I found a wound. It wound? Arnold asked puzzled. The sprite pointed at his ship. Yes. This ship has wounds. It must hurt a lot. Other sprites chimed in one after another. We found more wounds too. Arnold stared at them in disbelief. Then he reached into his pocket and pulled out candy. Here. Thanks for helping me check the ship. A bird sprite grabbed a candy in its beak, delighted, and shouted it would share with its little brother. Hearing that, Arnold felt a pang of sorrow reminded of his own brother. Watching the sprites happily munch on candy, Lan Ruxing said softly, They're adorable, aren't they? With a warm smile, she added, They're my everything now. Soon, everyone worked together to repair the ship. The sprites poured their strength into using their strange powers to heal its damage. Just then, one sprite slipped, tumbling off the ship. Fortunately, Arnold caught in time. At that moment, Mia came running over panting heavily. Great sage, Sister Lan. Lan Ruxing smiled gently. What is it? Why are you in such a rush? Mia waved her arms, babbling excitedly that she had found a way to leave. Both the Monkey King and Lan Ruxing widened their eyes in shock. Then Lan Ruxing hugged Mia tightly. Thank you, little sister. Thank you. With everyone's combined effort, the ship was finally repaired. Arnold declared proudly, it's done. Good work, everyone. Just one last step and we can set off. The Monkey King urged impatiently, then what are we waiting for? Come on, I'll take you to see what you're looking for. Lan Ruxing glanced at the exhausted sprites and said with heartache, Great Sage, you go with them. The children are tired. I'll take them to the lab to rest. The Monkey King waved his hand. All right, I'll be back to find you later. Arnold then led the Monkey King into the ship's control room. He stared in amazement at the glowing sphere. This looks like the core lowering its output through a conversion module. Incredible. The Monkey King explained, right, I don't know what you call a core, but Sister Lan said this thing powers the entire lab. He patted Arnold's shoulder firmly. It's yours now. I hope you keep your word. The great sage suddenly turned serious. At the very least, you must take Sister Lan with you. Arnold gave a firm nod. All right, I swear I will. Meanwhile, Lan Ruxing returned to the lab with the sprites. Xiaobai Xiaojiao, wait here. I'll just grab something inside. But her expression suddenly shifted. Strange footprints marked the floor of a laboratory. Her heart sank. Someone had broken in. Then a chilling voice rang out. Zero-Ton, her face went pale. A dark figure emerged from the shadows within the lab. The mysterious man spoke slowly. At the beginning of Project Shanghai, your primary task was to monitor the structure and functions of experimental life forms. On the day of evolution, due to a system error, you failed to evacuate with the data and were forced into stasis awaiting retrieval. He continued, coldly reporting current status, humanoid terminal 21. Then his voice sharpened, or perhaps I should call you Lanrixing.
All right, that's the end of the story. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.